It's XFM 104.9. This is April Come She Will by Simon and Garfunkel. Simon and Garfunkel, April Come She Will. A lovely love song there. The X list was all about sort of like sexy songs because of death of Barry White, of course. And Carl and Steve having a little argument. Steve said, well, there are such things as sexy songs, of course. Carl said, I can't understand it. How can something be sexy? How can you woo one with a song? Steve went, well, you don't woo one with it, you just put it on in the background. Carl said, stick the telly on.
Stick the telly on.
I love that.
You don't believe there's any such thing as a sexy song, is that right?
I don't think it can get you in the mood. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're either in with a chance or you're not. I don't think it matters what song you put on.
Well, I don't think it ups your chances. I don't think if you take...
It does. If you put Channel 5 on a Friday night, right, see a little bit of that action, gets anyone going. And it's worked for me, and that's all.
What's on when pets go mad?
No, you know, like, I don't know the titles of them, I don't look at the titles, but...
What, that show with Chris Moyles? Do you mean the kind of erotic thrillers?
Yeah, put one of them on, that gets you going a bit.
I
might be tired and that, but...
What does the woman go, oh, that's an idea. Hey, that's an idea.
They're normally called something like illegal briefs. And they're normally about some kind of female solicitor who's defending a guy who may or may not be a killer, but maybe in a former life they were lovers. It's always some nonsense like that, and presumably there's normally some gruesome murders. So how is that getting you in the mood?
It's plot development.
Yeah, it's the narrative. I love narrative.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, that's a lovely twist. I've got the horn.
Yeah.
Brilliant. So, if you're from Manchester, sorry about that. I mean, it is true. We weren't making that up. We weren't doing a stupid stereotype like Carl did with Liverpoolians. It's just a survey that Mancunians take off more sick days. But they might be genuine. They might be sort of an iller people, or it might just be people who are in Manchester go, oh, I can't be bothered to go to work, it's rubbish. Whereas if you're in London, you go, I can't wait to go to work. What a lovely place this is.
Some great jobs, don't you?
Great jobs, don't they?
Yeah. Rick, I know you're always looking, just to keep you abreast of, new developments in music, what's happening.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've got any plans this evening, but you might want to pop along to the Hope and Anchor in Islington.
Why?
Where, playing tonight, Restless Diesel.
Please welcome to the stage.
Restless Diesel. I mean, we've talked about it before, band names where you just have to imagine you're supporting U2, Wembley Stadium. It can never happen. Please welcome to the stage.
And
Restless Diesel.
After the first song, he goes, thanks, cause great band before us, Restless Diesel. You hear a lot more of them. It won't happen, will it?
Sure, they're a great band. I think.
What's the tax on that? $5 in, is it?
It's not telling us actually. Yeah, but to pop down the Hope and Anchor, maybe tell us how Restless Diesel were tonight.
Yeah, just call in. Maybe call in on Christian Show Monday. Just tell us how Restless Diesel were. We can make that a regular feature.
Now, what's coming up on today's show?
Well, listen, we got all the usual favourites. We got and some new ones. We got Monkey News. That's sorted. Carl told me.
People are guaranteed Monkey News.
He called in. He said, "I've got some Monkey News."
Brilliant.
He's done that. I had to make sure. Yeah, we got that. We've got some great tunes. I've got a great song from Tupac, some Cat Stevens, some Jimmy Webb, some Thin Lizzy.
Can I surprise you with something from Aerosmith?
Brilliant.
And a little treat from Evan Dando.
We're quite rocky today, aren't we? There's a threat that there won't be Rockbusters.
Good. That's no threat.
But we can bring back Educating Ricky. I mean, because it's sort of like seasonal, isn't it, our show? We don't want it's not like Ant and Dec's takeaways on all through the year. Yeah. They go away for a few weeks and we get something else, like Ian Wright's, Friends Like These or something. Exactly. You know what I mean? And so maybe Rockbusters, maybe not.
Rockbusters on hiatus, but Educating Ricky always fun.
That's what's coming up. And I'll tell you what, Jane's Addiction, just because they rock as well, don't they?
Brilliant.
XFM 104.9.
Excellent, Ricky Gervais.
Jane's Addiction, just because on XFM 104.9. Broadcasting from London, where people prefer to only be off sick when they actually are ill.
Sure. I don't think I've ever taken a day off sick. Except when I had that terrible tonsillitis.
Is that when you went home, stayed with your mum and dad?
Yeah. Why is that a problem? Where's back to health?
No, I'm not saying it's a problem.
Back to health? Yeah, I've got a loving family. So sue me. What do you make of
I love it! The antagonism and piss taking is just like, oh God, 3 blokes in a pub. There's people listening.
Are there? Carl, what do you make of London? Because you often say you'd much rather be up north.
Well, he wouldn't, or he'd go.
Well, this is what he constantly says.
You've chosen to live here, you've lived here for years, you've got a flat here. No.
I chose to come here because I was offered a job that was good money.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have come here if there was no job.
So you prefer to be somewhere where there's a good job, so you've chosen to live here?
I don't like being here, though.
What? No, but you can leave.
To what?
Well, exactly! So you've chosen to stay somewhere that's better for you.
It's not better for me.
Well-
It's making me ill. I'm not sleeping.
Well, so you say you're ill, I think you call in ill, but I don't think you are. But I mean...
Are there any stats to prove that?
Well, yeah, because, you know, it'd be out of the 11 days that he calls in sick, I reckon probably 7 of them are genuine.
I'd love it to drop down dead tonight. Honestly, I'd love it.
If you drop down dead tonight, you know it. Why
then
aren't
you
you
go-
sleeping?
What, you're feeling ill now, are you? That's funny, you weren't
I'm,
feeling ill earlier, but you read that, and you're suddenly ill.
I'm run down.
Well, you should take a holiday. Oh yeah, you've just had about 8 in the last 6 months.
Oh, God!
Why are you run down? Why are you run down?
Yeah, what have you done? You sit in a little air-conditioned office.
I haven't got time to tell you. Let's move on. Let's get on with stuff. What have we got anyway? Because we didn't have a chance to meet up this week. Me and Ricky could have done, but you said you were busy, Steve.
Yeah,
so
I was.
that's probably why you don't get run down. But finishing work at about 4 o'clock.
No. So I could have had the meeting, but we gave you a time, and you suddenly decided with very little notice that you couldn't make it. So
Make it meetings and that.
Oh.
So what have we got then? What have we got? It's 1:20. What have we got? We're on till 3.
Well, we've been talking, we've been doing well, we've been playing some great rock and roll, we've been playing some lovely songs, we've told them, we've explained a survey, just for employees, be careful.
Yeah.
We've, you know, put that out there, we put a shout out there, people know
I mean,
you're-
would you say it was probably safest if you are an employer to never employ Mancunians?
Well, I
Would
wouldn't go
be
that
just a
far. I
general
wouldn't go
rule
that
of
far
thumb?
because you see that's only an average. So I imagine some Mancunians, like you know, Londoners, you know, are nice, reliable people. It's probably just a few bad eggs that throw the stats up
Sure.
a little bit. You know, people that would go, "I'm not coming in today. I put on some wet trousers." All right, stay in bed.
Yeah.
Stay in bed.
Yeah.
You still got them on? Yeah. Well, pop them off. Put them on the radiator and go to bed with a little duvet. That'd be the best thing to do.
Yeah.
So, all right, Carl. What's your attitude? Is it because you're tired?
Yeah.
Well, why are you tired though?
You weren't staying out watching those Channel 5 films again, were you?
I'll tell you what. Me and Steve were having a little meeting yesterday over lunch about, you know, planning stuff for the show, and Gary Kemp came up to me, started having a little chat about old times, and I went, oh yeah. As he went away, Steve said, right, think of this. He said, Rick, don't take this the wrong way. Remember that sentence, don't take this the wrong way. So there's a right way and a wrong way I could have taken this comment. He nodded to sort of Gary Kemp and went, he's aged better than you. I went, well, how could I take that the wrong way?
Yeah, it's not offensive.
No. Well, the point is this. He didn't know me 20 years ago, so he's actually saying, Rick, don't take this the wrong way. He looks better than you do.
Yeah, well he does.
But why say that, Carl?
What?
Did you really say that?
Yeah, although, can I just backtracking for a second? I love the fact you said you bumped into Gary Kemp and you reminisced about old times. What old times did you share with Gary
Well, no,
Kemp?
he came up and said, did we drop the pops together? And I went, no, I did Razzmatazz. I said, oh, we did Razzmatazz. I think he was thinking, had he ever met me before? But he hadn't, because we hadn't. That's what I meant.
Yeah.
And,
But if you had to make an objective analysis, you know.
I wouldn't. I think that's out of order.
Sure. I mean, you're always slagging me off, but apparently you can't do. You can't make a value judgment on something else. No. Well, because you're morally all over the place. You don't know where you're coming and going.
Believe it.
Sure. You should do what I say about you behind your back.
So, would you say you're better looking now than you were? Or
Then I'm what?
would you say you're better looking now than you were?
Than I was when?
Well, like, you know, have you aged well?
Yes.
You've aged well?
Yeah, I've kept my looks.
bit of Dando.
Bit Evan Dando, this would be lovely, yeah.
Radiohead. Go to sleep. That's good, isn't it? On XFM 104.9.
Brilliant.
No,
Great DJing there.
Well, I've
Good,
heard
isn't
it before.
Good, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, it was good. It was very good. It was very good. I was just watching cable TV. I do a lot of that, and there's an advert I've noticed. It reminded me of the sort of adverts you used to see when I was a kid. It's one of those attempts to kind of educate young people, but doing it in It's on MTV, but it's one of those things where it's clearly been made by people who are in their mid-40s.
Who have never been cool.
Who have never been cool.
Yeah.
Who've been working really hard to get into TV all their lives, and now are trying to appeal to, you know, funky and possibly wayward young people.
Yeah.
And it's kind of...
Nerdy wells.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a kind of stunning model. and 2 of her stunning model friends. But they're just a couple of average girls, you know, going about their business. And, you know, it says something like, it's all shot very funkily, like a kind of, you know, lock, stock and two smoking barrels kind of thing. And, there's a girl, and she's just grooving along with her friends, and it's kind of like, the captions are things like, you know, Isabella's 17. She's cool, she's quite funky, she's got these great friends, and they're sort of hanging out, laughing. And, she just pops into a tattoo parlour. Why not? Her friends are like, what are you doing? But she just goes in, you know, she has a tattoo done, and it sort of says, she's wild, she's crazy. You know, she lives life as she sees it. She takes every day as it comes. She's not tied down or anything. She doesn't smoke cigarettes.
Yeah. So if you think she's cool,
if you think she's cool,
if you think all this is cool, then you probably won't want to smoke cigarettes. Exactly. If you want to be cool, then
like
don't.
Isabella or whatever.
Except the thing with that is that people watching that, the youth watching that will go, well, Bill at my school, he smokes and he's cool.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, this is the problem with it.
Yeah.
It's not that the impulse is wrong. The message is fine. It's just this thing. I can't imagine those things ever working with young people.
No.
With youths. It's like when you know, what was it?
What it will do is that you'll get a lot of 13 and 14-year-olds sneaking out and getting a tattoo.
Exactly.
So the parents will be going, I'd rather she smoked.
Exactly. She might give that up sometime. That's her life.
She's got a spider's web on her face now for the rest of her life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's like, you remember that thing when they tried to get young people to vote? Do you remember that? Was it Rock the Vote? Was it called Rock the Vote? Was it?
God.
Was it people like Billy Bragg and people kind of...
Yeah.
I don't know who that appeals to. I don't know, you know, some youth is kind of smashing up a bus shelter, throwing bricks at old people.
Goes,
what's that, Billy Bragg?
Billy Bragg, yeah.
I just can't, I don't believe it ever. I think it was Mick Hucknall was another one. What's that, Mick?
Oh, dear. Well, I remember the ones where it just, if you were going to go off with a stranger, your cat went, well, don't.
Yeah.
Ask mummy first.
Yeah.
And I remember I was trying to jump in cars left, right and centre, but my cat, when I was like 5 or 6, would go, and I go, good point.
Yeah.
You're right, he could be a nutter.
But I seem to remember the Charlie's, the Charlie Says. It was Charlie Says, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Charlie Says.
Charlie Says.
I always find them really unnerving. He lived in that really eerie kind of world where you never really saw anyone. Yeah, but it was very kind of, it was very eerie. It wasn't very kind of comforting.
No, but
world.
they hadn't spent a lot of money on the cartoon, have they? No.
But it was, I always got the sense with him that he was probably really quite lonely.
But I like the fact is that...
And he had a cat,
Mummy
and a
was
cat
so
could talk.
pleased, but by the time I came out, they'd gone off and I missed the picnic, but Mummy was so pleased that I'd asked her, she gave me an apple.
No, I think
and Charlie got something he liked, he gets a fish, right? I was thinking, an apple?
No, I seem to remember it being that...
I'll get an apple anyway, get me some sweets.
Yeah, or a tattoo.
I always thought there was a con when your parents got you some clothes you needed for Christmas. I'm not falling for that.
Exactly.
I'd go, look, I'm getting the clothes anyway. I want battling tops.
But the Charlie Says, I seem to remember when they asked him to go off for the picnic, by the time he'd asked Mum because she was on the phone, I don't know who she was chatting to in the middle of the day, the kids had gone, I seem to remember
her clients.
Exactly. I seem to remember that he said, don't worry, he was fine because Mum took him and Charlie on a picnic.
Not as good.
Who'd rather go with your mates or with your mum
and your cat?
And your cat.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they were friends.
The Scotch egg stinks of fish. Well, I had to bring it for Charlie. Don't bring raw fish in the picnic basket.
But I think they weren't friends with us. They were just local kids who go, let's go and ask that weirdo with the cat who wants to come down the park.
Let's go and ask the weirdo who thinks the cat can talk, and then run away when he goes to ask his mum.
When he goes off to ask his mum, they're just going, ask your mum, ask your mum.
Yeah. Hello, hiya. Alright, we're the local lads, the cool local lads. We smoke, we got tattoos. Do you want to come and play with some puppies in the disused mine? Ask your mum first. Quick run.
Exactly.
Look, he's talking to the cat. Look, he's talking to the cat.
They were just round the corner spying on him. They were just laughing. There was no picnic.
Did you ever go on a picnic, Carl? Was there places to go in Manchester, or was it like Quarryland mostly?
The problem with those adverts, like when I was growing up, they'd sort of give you ideas, because remember the Charlie's one, right? And we were on holiday, right? And I met these 2 lads who are knocking about with like mates and that. And that advert came on, and we thought it'd be a good idea to wind his mum up, because this advert had just been on saying, you know, kids are going missing in Wales, right? Yeah. So we said, oh, this will be a good laugh. We put the kid in the wardrobe. His mum came back from shopping. We said, oh, he's gone missing. We haven't seen him for hours.
That's terrifying.
I know.
That's appalling.
How old were you?
About 13.
And what was his mum? She must have been.
She was going mad, and that's when we thought, oh God, we've gone. Will we say anything? Will we pretend we don't know where he is?
Oh, in the wardrobe, he'd suffocated.
Yeah. That's horrible, Carl.
I know, but
Such a cruel thing.
It's just what you do.
Well, no, you do.
What do you mean? It's just what you do. What was it? Was he in the wardrobe? Was he listening to this? Why didn't he go, Mum, it's alright, when he heard her crying?
No, she wasn't crying, she was just panicking and like screaming a little bit and that.
Screaming a little bit.
Okay, we'll tell her when the screaming starts.
Exactly, yeah.
And then, what's the other thing? Like, on the same, like, you know, all this was going on when I was growing up. And, one time we're on holiday, and my mum says, right, if you're going on the beach, it's a big beach. But, you know, if you're going to go out and play there, I need to know where you are.
So where are these bells? Where this cowbell around your neck?
She gave me a balloon.
Good idea.
A balloon, and it just, you know, sort of attached to my arm, so wherever I was playing in the sea and that, you can see the balloon and that.
Brilliant.
But then the problem was, everyone else thought that's a good idea.
Cool.
And it was just like loads of kids with balloons and that.
Oh, I ruined it.
So that didn't work.
Yeah.
I had to bin that idea.
Weren't you in a car park once?
Oh no, it was New Year, and we were all gathering up. You know, like in Trafalgar Square at New Year, everyone gathers and they have a big kind of party and stuff. Well, in Bristol, they do something very similar on a smaller scale. And I was there one New Year, I was with my friends, and for some reason I picked up a balloon during the evening. You know, I don't know where I got it from, but I was holding this balloon. And these girls came up to me and I thought, yeah, nice, you know, maybe a little New Year kiss. They came up, they said, hey, are you going to be here for a while? And I said, well, yeah, I probably will. They said, it's just that we've arranged to meet back at you at midnight. What do you mean? Because I was so tall and had a balloon, I was towering above everyone else. I said, what? I said, we're going to meet back at you at midnight. They said, don't worry, you can go about your business because we can see you wherever you are.
This is where Nelson's column is.
No. No, this is in Bristol.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah. And so I'm sort of wandering around, and then at midnight these two girls turn up again, and some of these lads come and meet them, and they're sort of laughing and joking. I'm thinking, they're probably going to invite me back to a party. I watched them get in a cab. They went off. They had a wild night. But then I did have a balloon, so it was a great New Year for me.
I did have a balloon. Oh, should we have a little bit of two-pack?
Yeah, if you want.
Yeah. There's a great lyric in this. It's picture me rolling, right? Mm-hmm. But at the end, he's saying about look at me now. I'm you know drinking Remy and I'm in a Rolls Royce. And he goes, oh yeah, I forgot the DA. Can she see me from here? Can you see me, ho? And I think this is like district attorney turning on the radio and two-pack going around going, can that ho see me? She's going, yeah, I can see you.
Yeah,
it's brilliant. Two-pack. I'll tell you what, we should get rolling. Rockbusters.
No.
Alright?
No.
Well, he has done it. He just said that he was worried about it because we said it's the last one. What do you think, Carl?
I just don't think I mean, can I just say now, Carl, seriously, I'm only responding to what we're getting on the email, which is people do not want Rockbusters. They really... There's one guy here he says, it's James Pooley, he says he's preempted Carl by giving my answers to this week's quiz. I don't know what the clue would be, but his answer is no van ear. Nirvana.
Yeah, good. Nirvana, yeah. That sounds like one.
Number 2, he's just guessed. I don't know again what the clue would be, but the answer is Kid Creosote.
Yeah, that's good.
That
that's a typical Rockbuster. That is brilliant. That's a better game.
And the last one is Harry Seacombe.
Yeah, that'd be good.
So, I mean, maybe we should reverse it so people
and we have to come up with the clue for them. And we win the prizes.
Yeah.
Have you got prizes ready as well?
It's all there, but...
Oh, I feel sorry for him now. Read what the prizes would have been.
I'd rather just give them away to the first person to email in, frankly, than have to go through the torrent of Rockbusters.
Oh, God! Look at Carl's face! I wish you... Oh, can't we get this on telly just for Carl's face? Hey, I'll tell you what we could do, Steve. You know, like Smiley Miley and that used to take the Radio 1 Roadshow out?
Oh, man, that would be amazing.
Come on. Should we take it out?
Hello, Bournemouth!
Yeah, how many miles have I done? Don't care. No, should we do this? How many miles have we done? Well, XFM's down the road.
Yeah.
1. Yeah. Should we take it out the road so they can see Karl Pilkington?
To be fair though, I mean, you're not really keen to leave W1, are you?
Well, we wouldn't.
Right, so where exactly would we take the roadshow?
We'd do it outside.
Outside the building?
Yeah.
Right, okay. And what would we do?
It's called a roadshow because it's in the road, I imagine, isn't it?
And we'd give away t-shirts?
Throw in t-shirts and then we'd have a band. We'd have band playing. What was that band playing tonight?
I forget, something Diesel, was it?
Yeah.
See, instantly forgettable. I mean, that was my point,
really. We could have them on.
Yeah, great. Yeah. We'd get a couple of celebrity pals down.
Someone from Big Brother 2.
That would be ideal.
Well, Josh, the other little gay fella.
Yeah.
He'd come on, just wave.
Yeah. I'm beginning to like the idea.
Yeah?
It's brilliant, yeah.
So we'll have Josh, something Diesel, we're playing the Bull and Gate tonight, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Right, I'll throw out some t-shirts.
Yeah.
And then, Karl will do a live Rockbusters. Yeah?
Well, I don't know. Do you want it?
I just think that ruins it slightly. It would just bring the whole afternoon down, Rick, I think.
We get it sponsored by someone. Yeah? No? Well, I'm just trying to inject a bit of... Read the prizes, what they would have done.
There's a PlayStation game here.
Oh.
I guess it's maybe not been released yet. It's a little demo of that. What's this? The American Song Poem Anthology. I don't exactly know what that is again, but lots of songs on there and a couple of compilations, arbitrary compilations, the Club Anthems compilation, the best summer holiday album ever.
Wow.
You've
certainly sold it to me, Steve.
The best air guitar album again.
Brilliant.
And an old edition of Only Fools and Horses.
So, you really haven't put the effort into the prizes, Karl. So if that's the prizes, if that's the whole point of the competition, and they're the best prizes you could conjure up, in God's name, how bad are the clues this week? That's why he doesn't want you to do it, Karl.
Alright, we won't bother. Forget it. Doesn't matter.
Good. Excellent. Well, that's resolved.
Brilliant.
That's excellent. What we have got, though, is Educating Ricky, haven't we?
Well, another one of my little things.
Oh, it's brilliant, then.
So how long's this going to last before you want to get ditched this?
Well, we'll see. A couple of weeks.
Not like that, Karl. It's all one. It's one love, man.
We're on the same team, man.
Yeah, we're just one voice, man. One true voice. Like those lads.
Yeah.
They could play.
Right, well, the Educating Ricky,
They could
right?
play.
Well, why don't we play a record and come back with Educating
The
Ricky?
Wind, Cat Stevens.
We need
beautiful
to get the
Beautiful
jingle
song.
queued up as well.
Yeah, I'll get the jingle queued up,
No,
yeah.
I haven't got Neil Young lined up yet.
No, not you, I'm Cat Stevens. I gave it to you.
I know, we're not playing that yet.
Can we just play a
Well,
record?
no, I
Just
told
sound
you to.
rubbish.
Well, I
Just
told you
swap
to.
it.
See, so why aren't you playing the record I told you to play?
Because we've just had something chilled, right, from Tupac. Let's lift it up a bit now with a little bit of blur. Right?
Come on, play it. Oh, how much sure.
I just have. Crazy beat for on XFM 104.9. Right, we're gonna do Educating Ricky instead of Rockbusters.
Incidentally, on the subject of Rockbusters, we've just had an email from Phil. He says, I could do with this week's rather shoddy array of prizes, as I'm doing a car boot sale tomorrow and need a bit more tact to fill the table. Probably send it
we
to
might
him.
as well do it anyway.
Yeah.
But Educating Ricky, it was a feature. Well, actually, about a year ago, I started a feature called Educating Karl because we found out he had 1 E at O level at history, and I'd educate him on things like Rasputin, things that I thought he'd be interested in, Winston
Che
Churchill,
Guevara.
some of the greats, some scientific facts, and then I said, it's your turn, and he started telling me about people born without legs, some people have got a funny eye, there's a woman whose tongue's longer than her arm, and really, turning the screw on education.
Yeah.
So, I don't know what he's got for me today, maybe a dog born a cat. Let's have a look.
We've done that one, we've done that.
And is there, because often we should point out there's sometimes a crossover between Educating Ricky and Cheeky Freak of the Week,
Yeah.
just in terms of subject matter.
Yeah, so we've done Cheeky Freak of the Week, we've done all the freaks. What have we done with the Freak of the Week? There's a dog. There was a woman that had the back legs of a dog. What was last week?
It was the girl who was born with 4 eyes, 2 mouths and 3 legs.
Sure.
You weren't that impressed, I thought if we've got to that and it's not impressing you.
We are a tough audience, I
Let's
admit.
spin it, let's move on.
Is there
Yeah.
a jingle for Educating Ricky?
Educating Ricky, oh God. You've told me Educating Ricky. Very similar to some of the other jingles I've done.
Well, they're made by the same people.
Yeah, yeah.
Right,
Okay, what have we got
it's just, Educating Ricky is just stuff that I learn in the week and I think that's interesting. I keep it up here and then I share it with you. Right? And, some interesting stuff. One of them, right? Mount Everest.
Go on. I need more.
Right, well, there's a problem.
Yeah.
Because people are leaving rubbish up there and that. And, whoever owns it is saying, is saying, forget this. They're leaving a mess and all that. But do you know why it's called Mount
Sorry,
Everest?
what was that? That's one, is it? That's one. There's rubbish on Mount Everest.
No,
How many people go up there?
Are we talking about people dumping old tellies and washing machines?
Who's fed up? The Yeti? What are you talking about?
No, that isn't what I'm educating you. I'm just telling, this is part of the story. I'm just telling you.
It's just a bit of context for you.
That they're leaving loads of rubbish up there.
Well, they're not leaving loads of rubbish up there, are they?
No, they are. They apparently.
Not
it's
like
right.
prams and washing machines and seagulls flying everywhere.
I don't know.
Anyway.
I know. But anyway, do you know why it's called that? You know why it's called Mount Everest?
Why it's called Mount Everest?
I know the mount bit.
It's because it's a large mount, and if you climb it, by the time you get to the top, you need to have a rest. And that isn't the educating bit. I'm just telling you.
It's not true.
Well, we'll leave that.
Well, no, Carl. In the name of everything holy, do you think that anyone named it because you have to have a rest when you've climbed it?
Well, we'll see. You'll see what people say on email. But
Well, it's definitely not.
But anyway, that's one thing that I kind of thought, that's interesting. I'll remember that. I'll teach Ricky that, so you've learnt that. Right, now, are you familiar with this thing that they can do if you're dead, right? No, not if you're dead. It's like if you're ill and you know you're going to die, right?
I don't know what this is anymore.
Extraordinary.
Have a rest.
Extraordinary.
Himalaya. What?
Listen, this is an interesting fact. Come on. If you're ill but you know you're going to die.
Yeah, you can have this thing done in Detroit where you get put in a fridge.
Right.
And if they work out, you know, what's wrong with you in 20 years' time, you go, right, that fella is in the fridge. He had that. We can sort it. Let's get him out. And they sort you out.
Yeah. Is this the first time you've come across this idea?
Yeah, I read it the other day. I didn't know
You've
about
never
it.
heard of this before?
It's called
Cryogenically
cryogenics.
preserved.
It's good, isn't it?
They put you at sort of like sub-zero temperatures, so stop all cellular activity.
So do you stop aging at that point?
Yeah, it's suspended animation.
So, well, what's the law on it, right? Because say if I had something, right?
Yeah.
And I said, oh, put me in a fridge, and when you've got the cure and that, wheel me out, sort me out. Say if they did that,
Yeah.
and it was like 40 years,
Yeah.
and in 40 years' time they get a cure for me.
Yeah.
Would I have to stay with Suzanne? Because she'd be 70.
Do you mean what are the rules? Should you be allowed to date a younger woman?
Well, it's not fair, is it? It's like good news we've sorted you out, but
I don't think she'd mind. I reckon she'd have the best 40 years of her life.
Yeah. And plus, they're never going to find a cure for what ails you.
That is genius. That is brilliant. You come out, you're cured, and you go, oh no.
I love the fact that's what he'd be lying there. If you can think while he's in that state, you think, oh god.
She's losing her looks.
Yeah.
Just, oh dear.
But everything else as well, like my job wouldn't be here.
No.
No. Although the figures would have gone up a little bit.
Flat's probably gone or knocked down or whatever.
Sure.
Most of my family would be dead.
Yep.
So what's the point? How do you know about it? Who's done it?
Well, famously Walt Disney, apparently. I mean, Walt Disney actually did die, but had his body preserved so that should they one day be able to bring back people from the dead,
they need Walt Disney.
they'd think, hang on, who do we have?
But with him, nothing is going to change, because when he comes out, Mickey Mouse will still look the same.
Sure.
Unplug and all that.
Play a record! I don't know where your mind is. Play a record! It's brilliant, you just say words! Have a rest! 50 Cent. Indie Club on XFM 104.9. So, Carl's a little bit fed up today. Actually whinging. I mean, properly whinging. Fed up. Reckons he's tired. Reckons he's overworked here. But, do you know what I mean, Carl? Everyone gets tired. Everyone gets tired. Everyone does the same sort of hours to you. What do you do? Sort of 9 till 6, 7?
About 9 till 7, 8.
Well, no, because a couple of times this week I've sort of met you for a drink about 6. So, it's funny, isn't it? That's weird.
Some of the times I've come back after it, just for another 40 minutes or something whilst no one's around, try and get stuff done without phones going, without emails coming in.
Yeah, we got to do it.
Can I tell you what I think is a disappointment?
You're in the department. You got to do it.
I just think it's a disappointment that Carl hasn't been able to put that aside and rise to the occasion. He's only got to do this show once a week. It's 2 hours. I mean, you and I, we're tired. We've
got you've got one job. We've got about 6, and we're still doing it. Do you know what I mean? We still do it. We still.
Well,
come
you're a
here.
professional, Nick. I mean, that's why you've won multiple awards. It's because you're willing to get up there, even if you're feeling a little bit under the weather, even if you hurt yourself, you've got an injury of some kind. You're up there. You're doing it. You're entertaining. You're providing a service.
Yeah. So.
It's disappointment.
Yeah, but I've pressed all the right buttons at the right time.
Indeed.
Right? That's what I get paid for, yeah.
Yeah.
Done that, the adverts have gone out,
Sure.
you know what I mean? I've made your cups of tea.
It's the negativity which is a problem. It's the vibe. You're bringing the room down.
Bringing us down.
And therefore the listeners.
Therefore the listeners, bringing us down. If you don't like London, you know what to do. Well,
I'm trying to get out of here, aren't I?
We just bought a new flat. That's not the best way. Buy a flat in Manchester, live there.
Doesn't matter, I can always rent it out and make a little bit of money.
Why don't you sell the flat in London and buy a street in Manchester?
Pilkington Avenue. Brilliant. You could literally be the king of that street. People could come to you like Solomon with their problems.
Yeah. Well, he's come up from London. He's got London ways.
Now, interestingly, have you heard? Do you remember the famous King Solomon story that there are two women arguing over whose baby it is, and they present this to them, they say, "This is my baby." And the other one goes, "No, this is my baby."
So he knows one of them's lying, but he doesn't know which one.
And so what does he do? How does King Solomon solve that? How does he figure out whose baby is his? First, what would you do?
They're both white fellas, yeah?
Both what?
White fellas.
Two women.
Right, it's two white women.
To be probably, they probably weren't, completely white.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, they're of the same ethnicity.
No, I'm just working out. Right, alright then. So, alright.
And don't think about what King Solomon would necessarily.
Yeah, it wasn't that easy. No, there's not one tall, skinny white one with big ears, and so's the baby. The other one's a little short Chinese bloke. It's two women for a start.
Yeah.
Two women. Okay. The baby to look at could be either. He doesn't know which, but he knows one of them's lying, obviously.
And is the one lying saying it's hers or saying it's not hers?
Right, okay, this isn't worth it, Steve. I'm going to tell you what he said, and you tell me if you think it was good or not. He says, well, then what we do is, as King, he said, what we do is, I'll take a sword, I'll cut the baby into two, and you can have half each. And one of the women says, no, don't do that. And one of them says, yeah, that's fair.
Right.
Do you see?
So which one was it?
Sorry? Well, no, my guess is the one that didn't want it done probably was the mother of the child. The one that didn't mind having the baby cut in half probably wasn't a mother of the child. Why don't you think, you bald little mank twat, play a record?
Well, I'm just, alright.
Although, it's not a very good solution.
No, that doesn't
I think
the
the woman who was lying could have come up with something better than, cut it in half. What she should have done is, I'll give it to the other one as well.
Yeah.
Jaded from Aerosmith on XFM 104.9. Just trying to pep things up.
See, I know you're up there. I mean, we've got lots of work to do. We're filming soon. We've got loads of things, admin, DVDs, everything like that. We come in here. This is Poxy. This is not a drop in the ocean, the sort of work and money we earn. Right, really? If we do this to keep charitable status. And yet you Karl, come on, what's the matter with you?
Are we doing Rockbusters?
I'll tell you what. Come on, Rick. I'll tell you what. Because it's your special day, and I want you to have a great time today. We're going to do Rockbusters.
If you cheer up, miserable. It just got ratty then. Go, no, don't push it on my head. Don't put it on my head.
Right, what were you trying to put on my head?
I was trying to put a pear on your head to knock it off with a ball, like William Tell. But it was because your head is so round and the pear was round. I tried to flatten it a little bit, and I didn't know it was a juicy pear. So I thought it'd be like just to crush it a little bit, and then he went mental because he had juice running down his face.
Oh.
Why is it my fault? The pear's a faulty pear.
Exactly.
Get proper fruit in here. It worked with the apple.
That was fine.
And then he gets ratty with me.
Okay, let's not waste any time with Rockbusters. Can we let's whip through it?
Just do the clues, quickly. Quick, go, Rockbusters, right, go.
Right, the first clue.
Yeah, hurry up, faster.
All the police cars are on fire.
All the police cars are on fire. What's the initials?
BS.
BS, all the police cars are on fire. Good, what's the next one?
The director of 28 Days Later is shouting about sleeping outside.
Yeah, okay, what's the initials for that?
DB.
Right, okay, yeah. Right, go on then.
He wants to be a sailor. Why is that?
Yeah, what's the initials there?
B.
Brilliant, okay.
Give them again quickly, because I didn't quite catch the second one, but go from the top.
All the police cars are on fire.
Yeah, that's BS.
BS.
Yeah.
The director of 28 Days Later is shouting about sleeping outside.
Yeah, okay.
DB.
Yeah.
Right? He wants to be a sailor. Why is that?
Yeah.
B.
B, okay then, brilliant. Okay, now Karl, you going to cheer up now? Email only, Ricky Gervais at virgin.co.net, Radio 1, Roadshow, Smiley Miley.
Smiley Miley's mileage game. If anyone remembers that, I mean, here's a man, right, whose job, Smiley Miley was not a DJ, lest we forget. Smiley Miley was the guy that organised the vans that carried the equipment to and from the roadshows. Because he was such a crazy personality.
Because he smiled a little bit.
Exactly.
He got recognition, Carl. Longevity, lots of money, and lives where he wants to live. The town that he wants to live in. Why don't you just enjoy the town that you've chosen to live in, because it's so good? London. What towns have you been to? Have you travelled at all?
I've been about a bit, yeah.
Right, okay, then what towns did you like? Okay, forget Manchester, that's safe, you like Manchester. Right, I'll do the big
Stop
three.
shouting.
London, New York, Paris. Okay, you don't like London, even though you live here, got flats here, good, excellent, that makes sense. Have you been to New York?
Yeah.
What do you think? It's an amazing city,
Didn't
isn't it?
like it. It's just noisy, it's smelly.
Right, it's the city that never sleeps.
I'm not surprised with all the racket and that.
Paris, the city of love, the most romantic city in the world.
Not really. I remember seeing an old woman in McDonald's in there, and it put me off. That's where that thing happened, where the
What?
old woman was.
What's that? Tell us.
We talked about it before. The old woman in McDonald's.
Yeah,
And
what happened?
She was sat in the corner there with her legs open, no knickers on. All right.
Oh God!
That's Paris.
Did that put you off your cheeseburger?
Next city, where next?
Have you been to, I don't know, the most beautiful city, Venice?
Yeah, I've been there. Yeah.
It's good?
No.
Why?
Because they sell it to you as if it is a romantic city.
Where did you see it sold?
No, I saw it on when I was growing up. Right, remember 3-2-1 with Ted Rogers?
Yeah, of course.
Right, it used to be one of the star prizes on there.
Right.
And they'd say, let's show you the video, let's see what you're going to, let's see where you're going to be loving it for a couple of weeks. And they'd show you this scene of like the gondolas and all the city lit up at night, like a man and woman sat on a boat loving it and stuff.
Yeah.
I went there, bin bags everywhere.
Play a record.
Yeah, it's a mess.
Play a record.
It's London.
That is
flooded.
Wish You Were Here with Karl Pilkington.
Alright.
It's London flooded.
Black Rebel Motorcycle Club. Stop. On XFM. Carl's back. He's cheering up a little bit. Because I think he's vented his spleen a little bit on cities around the world that aren't as good as Manchester. So, is any of your family left in Manchester? Because they all moved away, didn't they? You came here. Your dad's moved to Wales, for Christ's sake. Well, your family are all around the... Brother joined the army to get anywhere. Just take me anywhere.
I don't know where he is.
His sister's moved away, so no
Ireland.
one... Yeah, there you go, you see? So, that's just one family. That's one family who love Manchester.
Exactly.
Alright?
Tell you what, Steve.
Go on.
I did find out in the week.
Yeah.
World record, right? Person with the longest trump.
With the longest what?
Wind. Fart.
Right.
Right? 2 minutes 42 is the world record.
Okay.
Right?
Well, I'm immediately thinking about a relative of yours who I'm sure did longer than
Who
that.
still lives in Manchester.
Auntie Nora.
Now, Auntie Nora did it for how long? 5
Reportedly,
minutes, wasn't it?
start fight for 5 minutes. But, unfortunately, she was the only person in the room. Whereas I think, which one's alive, Ross or Norris McWhirter?
I don't know, actually.
He has to be there.
Yeah, I think he actually has to
He'd
be
have
present.
to be there.
Would you want to be there?
Well, he'd have sort of equipment, and looking at his watch, going, finish? You go, yeah. He goes, well, that was 4
Did
minutes,
she
59
go from like a
seconds.
size 10 to a size 6? Did
Just
she show some old dresses?
like a hovercraft.
Exactly.
In a big dress.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
slightly off. Yeah. So, it has to be invigilated.
But again, you know, how was the Guinness Book of World Records one invigilated? I mean, who was supervising that? Who was
He
monitoring
said,
that?
I can fart for 2 minutes. They went, well, we've got to see this. Went round. And, he just probably let it rip. It's probably circular breathing. He's probably sort of sucking in air and swallowing it as he's going. And it's a continuous one, isn't it? It's not like, yeah.
I mean, it said, you know, that's how Nora's happened. Me Auntie Nora. She had a little bit of wind. It went on for like 2.5 minutes.
Sure.
That's when she called me ma'am
As it was still going on.
and said, there's something not right here.
I'm leaking.
She said, oh, can you send your dad round? You know, my dad.
Yeah.
Sent to me ma'am.
With a cork.
And,
With a lighter. I think this would be the best one
I want
ever.
to show the kids something.
he said, I'll be there in a bit, get the windows open. But what it was down to, because I was talking to
Is
my
she
mum
the
and
one
dad
with the
about
split tennis ball?
Yeah.
Can we not talk about that again?
I was talking to my mum and dad about it, saying, you know, why do you think it happened and that? And it's because she never chucks food away, right? And she'll sort of mash it all up. And she's got all these ice cream tubs in the fridge that are just full
Cabbage
of
water.
old mashed up food.
Really?
And she prepares everything. Right, she doesn't work, she's retired now, she's got nothing to do all day, but everything's got to be ready
Still
for
calls
her.
in sick.
Do you know what I mean? Everything's got to be done. Even though, if you're going round to her house and you're going there for tea, it's like, what time are you coming? And it's like, well, I don't know, maybe 5, maybe 6.
Yeah, you're
Well, no,
late,
I need
because
to
you're
know,
late when
I
you
need
have to
to
meet
know.
us at 5 or 6.
Do you know what I mean? That's
But
what...
so, when you say she mashes up food, she literally takes the remnants of a dinner, could be sort of some...
Anything.
And just smashes it all up into a...
Yeah.
And then what does she do with it?
Put it in the fridge, and she's got it in the fridge, it's like January, February, March, she's got all these ice cream boxes that are just full of...
But she doesn't... She reheats it and eats it.
Oh, then she, puts
I
it in
thought
a
she was
pan.
just keeping it as a
No,
souvenir of each meal she'd had.
No, put it in a pan, warm it up.
Oh,
and that's
for a
what it
test.
is, it's just...
A lot of vegetation, is it?
Yeah.
Why does it only happen once, or does she save it up once a year, just let it go?
I don't know. Well, she is mad, she's...
Yeah, she sounds potty.
She doesn't answer the phone anymore in case there's a burglar. Checking if she's in. It's like, well, answer it and then they'll know you are in and they won't come round.
Yeah.
Mental.
Well,
Mental.
they can't be sure then, can they?
What do you mean?
Well, if there's no, I go, well, maybe it's someone just... They are in, but they're hiding, whereas if Auntie Nora goes, it's Auntie Nora. We can she'll be farting. We can sneak in when she does a loud one. Because we'll be aware to tell you, what's stopping it? It's got a valance round it. It's got caught on the cat.
So, have we got a recap on Rockbusters?
No, just has anyone got the right answers? Has
so
anyone
far-
got the right answers?
Let me just check here. Here's one from someone who just says he's given an answer. Answer to number 1, I. Number 2, don't. Number 3, care.
Right, okay, is he close? Has anyone got 3 answers?
I can't find one with 3 answers.
So, again, you've done something wrong, Carl.
No. No.
This isn't radio, play a record.
There you go, someone's got it.
Give it to them.
Fine. Okay, give us the clues again, we'll give the answers straight away.
Yeah.
No fanning around.
Yeah,
Right.
it's really pointless.
Number 1,
Yeah.
all the police cars are on fire.
BS.
BS.
Yeah, what was that?
I can think of something.
Go on.
Blazing Squad.
Brilliant.
Okay.
Right. The director of 28 Days Later is shouting about sleeping outside.
Yeah.
That's Dan Yell Bedingfield. Right?
Danielle
We're never-
Bedingfield.
Right, we'll never let him do this again.
I told you I washed my hands of it.
I know, but I
Why
just
do you
thought...
let him? Why do you...
Because he was grumpy.
But this is what happens. Look what's happened. Danielle Bedingfield. That's what happened.
The director of... So Danny Boy, so Dan, right, all that for Dan, but shouting about being... Dan Yell Bedingfield. Right? What's the last one?
He wants to be a sailor, why is that?
Yeah?
Beyonce.
What does that mean?
Beyonce. He wants to be on the sea.
Play a record. You're never doing it again. You've just
can't-
signed your death warrant.
What have we
You're
done?
never doing Rockbusters again. And if Monkey News is back, they would ban that as well.
We've
and we're
unleashed it.
serious this time.
For Joe in Catford. Stuff off to you.
Oh, I can't believe what we've done.
He's even doing the shout out.
There you won. Well done on that.
What have we done, Rick? What have we done?
There's a little sailor fella. He wants to, join the Navy. Why? Beyonce.
Beyonce.
Knowles. Is his surname?
Yeah.
Midshipman Knowles. Now, Carl, we're going to do another edition, I think, of Wish You Were Here, because that really cheered you up, didn't it?
So on.
Where else you been? Have you been around Europe, haven't you? You've been to any hot country? Have you been to Greece?
Greece.
Turkey?
Done Turkey, yeah.
Yeah.
Been to Turkey. Little fellas. Little midgets working in the canteen in the hotel I was in.
Okay.
Astley and Suzanne as well.
Okay. Have you been to Scotland?
Once for the Edinburgh Festival.
Go on.
That's where I looked out in my hotel room, saw a traffic warden putting a ticket on some bin bags
Brilliant.
because they'd gone into the road.
So that's Turkey, Scotland. What about places here? Have you been to the West Country where we?
You've been to my neck of the woods, Bristol.
I've been. What else is around there?
Bath.
Been to Bath.
Yeah. What do you make of it?
Once you've been, well, they don't need to go again because it's sort of old and they don't change anything.
Okay.
Do you know what I mean?
That'll be the
Once you've been-
Roman spa he's talking about,
Right.
I think. What about Brighton?
Not gay people.
Right, okay, thank you. Next week on Wish You Were Here, we'll go to some other places where there are gay people.
Fascinating.
Brilliant.
Another extraordinary insight there. Carl, could we have some monkey news?
Well, just before we do monkey news, right, can I do a little psychological test on you?
On me?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's brilliant, this. Someone emailed it in.
Brilliant.
Right. Little story with a question at the end.
Okay.
Right? Right.
This is going to be so annoying.
No, it's not, honestly.
Well, it is, because you're going to think it's science and it's going to be trite.
Alright, well...
Go on.
Right, little story first, right? There's this funeral, right? And this girl was at a funeral.
Same funeral?
Yeah.
Right.
It was a mother's funeral.
Oh, yeah.
Right? She met this fella who she didn't know, right? But she thought this fella who she met was amazing. She didn't know him, right? But she thought he was brilliant, right? Like a dream fella.
Right.
And she fell in love with him, right? But never asked for his number, his phone number, right? And she couldn't find him. Now, a few days later, the girl killed her own sister, right?
Yes.
Question is, why did she do that?
Okay, well, it's one of those stupid things then, isn't it? So, it's not logic, it's what am I thinking?
No, it's not. So it's a proper, it's a proper
real
mental
logic.
test. It's a proper mental test.
A mental test. It is a bit mental.
So you understand the story, yeah?
I kind of. Let me just get it right. So there's a funeral. A girl goes to the funeral of her mother.
Yeah.
She meets the guy, or she
meets the guy at the funeral.
She meets the bloke.
He looks alright. I fancy a bit of that.
Right.
Has a chat with him,
Yeah.
but doesn't get his name, doesn't get a phone number or anything.
So to cut a long story short, the things are asked, right? So the reason she kills her own sister, is this something to do with finding out something about the man she met?
Well, just answer the thing. Just why did
Oh, okay then. I'll answer it then. She went mental. He was a spy called Derek. What do you mean, just answer it?
Anyway, I'm testing Steve.
Right. Well, she killed her own sister because her sister had stolen some money from her and was sleeping with her husband.
Is that it?
Well, I don't know, Carl.
It's an answer. It's an answer. What's the answer on the paper? So,
Well, come on.
come on!
Well, the answer is
No, an answer is...
that she was hoping that the guy would appear at the funeral again. He'd go to the funeral.
Right, that's not a proper psychological test.
It is,
It's one of those
says here.
stupid little shitty things.
It says
It's like
here.
a man goes into a field and dies. Why? His parachute didn't open. That's what I'm thinking.
I'm surprised you learned anything.
Oh,
Honest to
I
God.
love
I'm
that.
surprised you
Romeo
learned
and
anything.
Juliet. Oh, Juliet's a fish.
It said she was hoping that the guy would appear again at the funeral. If you answered this correctly, you think like a psychopath. This was a test by a famous fella, right, who used it on killers, and most of the killers got the answer right.
Did you also think that? Was that the answer you gave when you first
I
read
didn't know. But I wondered what you would have got.
Good, so that's
but
proof
it's
I'm not a
yeah,
psychopath.
but that's the point. But it's a psychological test for looking at something very, very specific.
What's up with that?
Well, what was the best that could happen? That he'd got it right, so he is a psychopath.
What annoys me is you're not happy with that test, but before you wasted 3 minutes trying to balance a pear on my head. What were you getting out of that?
Let's play a song and have some monkey news.
Joe Jackson. Is she really going out with him on XFM? Right, it's the time that most people, I imagine, have been waiting for. Monkey news.
Play the jingle.
Okay. Oh, chimpanzee that monkey news.
Right.
Come on. Come on.
Should be ready, Carl.
That's amazing, isn't it? It's Nicholas Witchell. The bomb. No, that's not the first. Come on!
No, it's always difficult, isn't it, to sort of find something that's good each week, right? Last week we did the chimp.
It is for us, yeah.
We had the chimps who were running a health spa.
Yeah.
Right. We've covered the one who nicked a car to go on to Spain.
Yep.
To
Wow.
sort his future out.
All shite.
The hairdresser, I think we've done that one, the little monkey hairdresser. This week we're looking at monkeys, that they use in... Do you know, like monkeys, they know how, like...
I've lost the will to live, Steve.
Oh, well, I don't want to do it. Right?
Well, come on, just... Come on!
What are monkeys good at?
What a monkey's good at?
Yeah.
Well, running small businesses, cutting people's hair, and driving cars.
Yeah, they loved Spain.
Oh, and foiling bank robberies.
Yeah, they're great.
Well, something else they're good at, right, is like weighing up the situation.
Oh, God!
If you stick them in like a field with loads of like obstacles on it, right, they're good at sort of, I can get over that, and I climb over that, I'll swing from there to there, that sort of thing, right?
Okay.
So the people in charge of somewhere, I've thought,
Somewhere!
I've thought we can use that skill, right? And what they've done is they've got a load of little monkeys, right? They've given them an IQ test,
Yeah.
and the ones that score above 80, right?
Get to produce this show next week.
Join the army.
Right, how do they join the army and what do they do?
They just, what they do is they set little obstacle courses up for them, they do that, they do a cross-country run, they do the IQ
cross-country
test.
run?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then once they've done all that, they make them a little uniform, made to measure little uniform.
Slightly longer arms, shorter legs than usual, yeah.
Yeah. And basically then they taught how to use a gun and that sort of thing.
Yeah, of course they are. You're talking rubbish again.
This came through literally, pretty late on, so...
So you've not had a chance to corroborate all the facts, as usual?
Just have a look.
Right, it's the bit I'm looking for is, well, A, why are they doing it? Why are they doing it?
Yeah.
Why do we need monkeys in the army? And secondly, why are we giving them guns? I'll just check to see if any of that...
I love the fact we only let gays in recently.
Yeah. Talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
Just have a look.
I can't read it. There's too much pressure.
But it's rubbish.
But
it's rubbish. They don't get it. It's the way that there are things. There are animal cores, right? There are horses. There are dolphins, sea lions. There are lots and lots of animals in the army, but they don't have to pass an obstacle test as such, and they're not taught to fire guns. You've straight away assumed that there's going to be loads of squads of men, and then just one little monkey in the middle. Like, he came second on the test. He's in, boys.
What do you think, Steve? You've read it?
Well, as ever, Carl, this is an arbitrary email sent by one of our listeners. You know what Ricky and I think of them. and so we're not really basing this on hard evidence. We're basing it on the ramblings of one of our listeners.
Rubbish. Once again, lazy, rubbish, uncorroborated, nonsense. The stupid test that you got wrong.
Rick, that sounds like monkey news to me.
The darkness growing on me on XFM 104.9. Oh, it's all going well already, isn't it? The microphones fell apart. Carl's shouting because he got headphones on.
His music's turned up too loud.
Camfield level. God, it got pre-out. Look at him giggling. Look at him. Look at him laughing. That's so funny because I got a letter here from who was it from? Mike Heel, who sent me a little picture of a little Japanese fella from a film who said looks like me, and he does a little bit. But he says, please can you make Carl laugh? I've never heard him utter as much as a snigger, and I'm worried he may have a genetic disorder. Well, I mean, he has got a genetic disorder, obviously, but he was giggling then. I hope people heard you then. Look at his little face.
It was a joy.
I love the things that make him happy.
But I love the fact just before the microphone came up there, and just before the record finished, he had his headphones on, the music was too loud, and he was just shouting, Bauhaus is not working! Bauhaus is not working! I have to play something else!
I went and found Ziggy Stardust by Bauhaus, and he said, why isn't it working? Look at him giggling, look, he's lost it! Is he going away? Are you on drugs, Carl? What have you done? He's tickled, look at his little... He looks like one of those shaved monkeys. Look at his little... Oh my god, I've never seen a forehead glow.
I know, it's extraordinary.
Oh.
And he's got that red shirt on as well, so the whole of him is just a big glowing...
Carl, what are you trying? What are you putting in?
I'm going to see if I can get this to work.
Go on then.
Hang on.
Brilliant radio. I hope Dr. Fox is listening, because I think he's eating his words right now, Steve.
Right, I think I've done it. Right.
Well done. That's excellent.
Right, what
Let's play Bauhaus now, and let's try and compose ourselves. This is Ziggy Stardust by Bauhaus. Well, it worked. That worked, didn't it? So you panic over. Calm now. You're on holiday soon, aren't you?
Yeah.
You got to go off early.
Well, about...
How many holidays have you had? Because I only ever have time off when I'm working, like doing another job, like, you know, filming or something, but you seem to have a lot of holidays, just like, and you were sick as well, you was just like, because you had wet trousers, which is a little bit, do you not care about the job? I mean, I've got to ask, because, you know what I mean, if I was in charge, I'd worry about your motivation, or, because yesterday we were trying to work out what you enjoyed doing, and we got to, Manchester United and moaning. And that is the two we came up with.
I don't know where you get the moaning thing
You're
from.
always whinging.
About what?
Everything.
When? When did I last have a moan?
Just before we came on air.
Right, and why was that?
I don't know, I can't remember. Because we were in a good mood. We were in a good mood, me and Rick.
I'll tell you why.
Go on.
Because you brought a song in at 10 to 1.
Yeah.
With a load of effing and jeffing in it.
Yeah.
And saying, can you edit this?
Yeah. Yeah. But that's your job.
You could have brought it in yesterday.
No, I couldn't.
Why not?
I hadn't thought of it. But why are you whinging? That's your job. And I didn't come in 10 minutes before. It was a good 20 minutes before. It just took you ages because you were whinging and moaning to even get started.
I'm not being dragged into this.
You are always...
I'm on my holiday now.
Well, not yet. No, you're not on yet. You're still working.
Well, that's what's funny. This isn't even work, right? And yet it should be. Compared to what I do in the week, this is a doddle.
Well, it's because you're not putting any effort in, clearly. Where are you going anyway? Where are you heading?
Cornwall.
Yeah? What's happening down there?
Well, there's a monkey world.
You're excited about that?
We don't see that. Probably go twice to that. Yeah. Whilst I'm down there.
How long are you in for? The whole week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
this is with your parents, isn't it?
Yeah. Taking them out.
Your father, what do you think your father will be up to? What's he going to be nicking on this holiday?
Well,
There's a lot of tin in Cornwall. Since they've shut the mines.
He's just called Suzanne, said they've got there, said it's a nice little place.
There'll be no towels when you get there.
So what are you do? What are you going to do? Just going to chill out and sort of like go to the pub and stuff?
Yeah, like I say, I mean, all I've got planned is probably probably Tuesday and Thursday at Monkey World.
What about Wednesday? What are you thinking of Wednesday? Just wandering around?
Just sort of think about, you know...
King Arthur and that. Where he was down there, wasn't he?
I don't know, but I'll tell
Where
you
are you
something.
going? What town?
I don't know. I don't know where it is. Susan sorted it out.
Yeah, she sorted it out. I heard you on the phone to her saying, well, pack 'em. Pack 2 pairs. Poor woman. She's packing your bags for you.
Yeah.
Right.
But,
you'd spend more time at home if Steve didn't come in at 10-2 with a rap record with, like, obscenities all over it.
Yeah, well, we'll play that next week.
Well, you didn't even get the job done, that's the thing. We can't even play it because you didn't get finishing time.
I tell you what, that method man, if he doesn't stop effing and jeffing, it's the end of his career. In my opinion. All this F that and yo Jeff, I'm a Jeff myself. Yeah. Or I'm hanging out with my Jeffs. Yeah. It's terrible.
Jeff,
and we know you can't put out the J word on XFM.
Oh, Mother Jeffer.
Well, so we haven't got that, but what we have got...
Go on.
Monkey News.
We've still got Monkey News, have we?
That's sorted out, that's coming up.
Yeah.
Rockbusters.
Yeah. Well, last chance. Definitely your last chance this time. You actually improved a little bit last week. You did a couple of good ones.
Yeah. Same again this week. And,
Cheeky Freak?
The controversial Cheeky Freak of the week. Where Karl, finds, a human being with, some sort of, congenital or imposed deformity. Or, So, and we talk about that. In a wry way. Do you think that's big and clever?
No, but that's just it. It's never about taking the mickey out of someone, right? It's to make you think.
I'll tell you what isn't big and clever.
How lucky you are.
A dwarf with learning difficulties.
Nice.
Yeah. Well.
We'll explain it to you. That's the forthcoming single from British Sea Power. That's called Carrion.
That's nice and retro. That's like end of the 70s Bowie. That's great. On XFM 104.9. That's just some of the records
that we've played so far.
Do you know what I mean? You've had The Darkness, you've had Bauhaus. It's like, can it get any better, Karl, do you think?
Like I say, we've got Monkey News coming up.
So. Guess what? I lost 400 quid cash this week.
Gambling?
No, that's tragic. This is why it gutted me.
It wasn't even on your gambling addiction.
No, I had a photo shoot, I had a suit, right, and I'd claimed back some expenses, and I'd had it in my pocket, and then when I took the suit home, it must have fallen out in the street or the cab, and I remembered it, and I went every pocket twice, and it was just the fact, I don't think about, oh god, that's terrible, that's a terrible blow, I think, oh god, if I had it back now, it would be free money.
Yeah.
If I suddenly found it now, I'd have £400 that was just free money, and I had a little nap to get over it, and I was...
And you were fine.
I was okay. But that's got someone just found what a gift that is.
Oh.
Just, I mean, untraceable.
Was it in a money clip? Was it rolled up in a money clip?
No, it was just literally 400 quid in an envelope.
Oh,
and
that's
so
a
that,
treat.
I know. See, I'd always hand it in. I genuinely would, unless I found it in the middle of a forest or something. If it was in a street. Do you know what I mean? No,
because a bear dropped it.
Yeah. But I mean, if I found it in a pub or a cab, I'd just hand it to anyone who was
rummaging through.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I'd hand it in.
Well,
but there's no way. If they found it in the street, there's no way they could do it. You know, it goes to the police station and it sits there for 6 months. But
yeah, exactly. Well, it's a waste of time. Pocket it. But because when I was younger, I remember being outside a post office once when I was about 10 or 12 and finding a purse. And thinking, oh, that's nice. And opening it up, there was some money in there, and a pension book, and so it was obviously an old lady. I found an address, I sent it to her, and my mum said, you know, you've been so good there, you'll probably get a little reward. She'll probably send you a little reward. Nothing. I got maybe a thank you note, but no cash, no moolah, nothing.
Really?
And I was livid, because I'd been told that I was going to get a reward. I thought I've been a good Samaritan, nothing. So, many moons later, when I was at university, I learnt from that, and this is the most bizarre thing.
This explains a lot, doesn't it, Carl?
This is like the Mary Celeste. I went to a cash point to I thought, I can't get my card in here. And I realised there was already somebody's card in the machine. They put the code in, but then they just disappeared. They'd been kidnapped or something. So it was just there, waiting, sitting. Said, what do you want to do? And it gave you a number of options. I thought, interesting.
Steal or go to heaven?
Yeah, exactly.
You went, oh dear.
Yeah. Well, I pressed balance. Just to check what their bank balance was.
Unbelievable.
It was a considerable sum of money. I'm not going to lie to you. It was not typical student debt. It was like, I think they were a foreign student. There was a lot of cash in there. A lot of money.
Did you feel a slight bulge in your trousers when you saw the amount of money?
I couldn't believe my luck. I thought to myself, now then, I could just take that card out and hand it in, or I could teach them a small lesson.
Right.
And maybe give myself a reward, because last time I did that, I didn't get a reward. So if I give myself £30, then I'll take the card out.
30?
Give myself 30
You didn't really?
Well, I thought that's a good reward. And I went in, I handed the card in, I took
Steve,
and that's a little reward for me. And I'll tell you this, don't think it's evil, because I went in and I bought everyone a drink.
Well, brilliant.
Yeah, I didn't tell them I got the money free.
Well done. Excellent. So probably gangsters are quite generous with the money they've stolen from other people.
Yes, but someone's negligence, Rick, has lent... the thing is this,
Steve, I believe it, except they're buying people a drink, Carl. What do you think?
Well, I kind of thought that when he said it, but then I thought, but they'll be buying him back.
So he's still...
So in a way, he's still a winner.
Yeah. Everyone's a winner in that situation, including the student, because frankly, if there had been a less scrupulous person who found it, they'd have probably helped themselves to a considerable sum.
I cannot believe he did that.
There was thousands and thousands of pounds in there.
What if it was... what if Beadle had jumped out and slapped you with his little claw and said, we've been filming this merchant?
Well, what? So what?
How old were you then?
I don't know, 19, 20?
Would you do it again, or was it just to get the world back for the old lady's purse?
Possibly do it again, yeah.
You were joking!
Well, you've got to think of it this way. You've got to think of it as there was a lot of money in there, and someone less scrupulous than me would have taken a fortune. They'd have cleaned them out. Whereas I just took a small reward, which I thought was more than enough for someone's negligence. And I've returned the card. They've got the card back. Everything's fine. Think of someone else. I could have gone on a spending spree. I could have been buying stuff, all sorts.
Yeah, but it wasn't yours at all.
Yes, but they probably would have given me a reward. And because, you know, sometimes people forget, or, you know, they don't give you a reward, I thought I should take it myself.
You had to go at your dad from nicking a loaf of bread out of a phone box.
Yeah, but that's because it's for old people, geriatrics and stuff.
How do you know how old was your people who you were robbing from?
It was on a student campus.
Well.
Wow.
I think it was more... I thought it was excellent behaviour. I thought it was good, honourable behaviour.
That's shown another side to him, hasn't it?
What would you have done, Carl, in that situation? And tell the truth.
I might have helped myself a little bit.
There you are.
I don't know what this is helping yourself a bit.
Like you say, just sort of, you know, send them back and sort of say, you know...
If you find a £1 coin in the street and you can be bothered to bend over for it, then have it. But someone's cash point card or personal belongings...
I'd let them know, though. Did you send it to them and say, I've service charge included. I've took that out already.
No, I handed it in to the...
Let them know? What do you mean you'd let them know?
I'd say, you know, you're lucky here. Right, I just took, I'd probably take 20, actually. Because that's just like one note.
Sorry, right, okay. You are winding me up.
No, I'm not. I mean, not for once. I mean, I know what Steve's like. He is tight, right?
He
is. And you know that, don't you, Steve?
Financially, you mean?
Well, no, I mean, just the way you are. You're very sort of, you know... You're not wasteful with your money.
I'm careful. No, I'm not wasteful. Absolutely right.
No, but to the extreme.
Not at all to the extreme. Not at all to the extreme.
No.
Look after the pennies, the pounds will take care of themselves. Alright? Simple to remember, good advice.
Yeah,
alright?
But the thing is, right, I know that I take the mickey out of you for, like, you know, the way you look and stuff.
Sure.
Right?
Well, I'm right back at you.
But the thing is, you can't help that.
Absolutely.
But I'll tell you something that women don't like.
Sure.
And it's fellas who are tight with the money.
Sure. I'm not frugal with money with ladies. I'm frugal with money with you.
Well,
I've got no reason to splash money out on you.
I've never seen you splash money out.
Well, you've never been out with me.
Steve, have you ever splashed out on a lady?
No, but I hope to one day. The right lady.
Play a record. Blur, Out of Time on XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. Talking of money, Steve, look at this, right? It's in the paper. A wife has had her beauty insured for £100,000 in case she grows ugly and her husband walks out. Nicole Jones, 26, of Chipping Sodbury, Gloucestershire, says £200 a year, pays £200 a year for a policy. She arranged it as a present for her husband Richard. Her beauty will be judged by a panel of builders. So...
Have they been selected beforehand, do you think? Do the insurance company know who they are? I assume they're complete strangers.
So suppose, like, in 30 years' time, he looks at her and goes, oh, you've lost your looks. She goes, well, have I?
Yeah.
He goes, well, yeah. Well, have I? Calling the panel. Some rules going,
yeah.
Alright, get him out for that. Well, never mind that. It's yeah, she's lost it. Right,
well,
100 grand.
Well,
100 grand coming your way.
They stand on some scaffolding.
Yeah.
She walks by.
Yeah.
And if they will whistle.
That is amazing.
Do you think they'd give her a quote first?
Yeah, what if they say, actually, love, you've got nothing to lose. You're not oil painting anyway.
Yeah. We can't come round and judge your beauty for at least 2 weeks.
That is just open to abuse, isn't it? £100,000. Because I remember, in Japan, they're mad on golf, right? And if you get a hole in one, you throw a party. And it was costing them, like, thousands and thousands of pounds. So they were insuring themselves against getting a hole in one, and so miraculously, everyone was going, I got a hole in one. Did he? Yep.
Yeah.
Paying out insurance. I mean, they could be in that together, couldn't they? They're not. I'm sure they're not.
Well,
they're probably more honest than you two that would take 20 quid out of a cash point. But, you know...
No, 30.
30. Yeah, 30. I like the wording, though. A wife.
Yeah, a wife. The word wife.
The word wife.
I don't know why I just find this is an odd word. This is my wife.
Hello, the wife.
Yeah, the wife.
My wife.
It just seems a word that you have to say if you're 60. You can
I know.
Have you met the wife?
And even then, ironically, unless someone you don't know exactly, are you married? Yeah, my wife is from. You know what I mean?
That makes sense. But it's the wife.
People go, oh, better get back. I'm meeting the wife for dinner. But especially when you know them.
I remember bumping into friends of mine, somewhere at a party, a couple that I knew, and I'd known both of them before they got married. In fact, I'd known her, I think, longer. And I said, where's so-and-so? And he went, the wife will be along in a minute. And it's just this notion that, use her name.
I know she is.
I know her name. I used to call her by that. Why?
It's like someone going, you know I'm married. You know I'm married.
It's like showing
in the eyes of God, we are wed.
Exactly.
Yeah, so that makes me more of an adult than you.
It's the ownership. Yeah, it's like going, you know I'm a real man. I've got a wife, and here she is. She's my wife.
I find it, there's the words that I find hard to say. In a shop, I could never ask for wet ones. Do you know what I mean? If I have to go and ask for wet ones, I won't bother. Or toilet duck. Another one I have a problem with, I never say, Snickers.
Why?
Dunno. I think it's I grew up with Marathon.
Yeah. See, this is so pathetic, I still get embarrassed buying, toilet paper.
Really?
You know, if you go into, like, a 24-hour shop just round the corner, not a supermarket, big shop, but if you just go in there and you're just maybe buying some milk...
Yeah.
A chocolate bar. Because it's like they know what you're up to.
No,
but they know you're going to use it to, you know, when you're going to the lavatory at some point. It's too intimate.
But you just go, I know what you're thinking, I'll be using this after masturbation. Thus saving all embarrassment.
that goes with the porn mag I just bought.
Elvis Costello, Alison, from way back on XFM 104.9, a retro cut.
Indeed.
Well, up to the modern day, the newest game show around, Rockbusters.
Whee! Isn't there a jingle?
It'd probably be something like, oh, Rockbusters. It would be very, along those lines. I've got to work it out, but I mean, let's go without it for now, and then we'll be ready next week.
Excellent. The prizes, once again, sourced by Karl Pilkington. I think it's been in the prize bag before, Karl, but good to see it back. The best air guitar album in the world ever.
Do they keep sending it back? Is that just one? Is that it comes through the window, tied to a brick?
Actually, there's a lot of good stuff on there. There's the Kinks.
Knopfler? Is there Knopfler?
Knopfler, I believe, is on there.
Is Clapton anywhere to be seen?
Definitely Clapton, I would have thought. A Deep Purple. We got Quo, Skinnerd, Mac, Snake is there, Straits, excellent, and there's all sorts on there, obviously.
Yeah.
This is always an odd choice, but fair enough. This is the current album by the Yardbirds, their first studio album in 35 years. So the new music station XFM giving away that. Excellent. I suppose it's new music in some ways. A smash hits compilation. We got stuff on there. It's Aha, it's Curiosity Killed the Cat. It's all the old favourites. Plus 2 DVDs. Columbo.
What Columbo?
It's got a couple of classic Columbo episodes there. Suitable for framing.
One of the best TV programmes of all time.
Why do I get... You can always tell immediately who the villains are. Suitable for framing. I'm assuming that's some kind of art dealer.
Yeah.
Maybe an artist. Candidate for crime. Presumably some kind of presidential political candidate. That'd be good, I'm sure. Columbo. I mean...
Stab Woman. That was my favourite episode. Stab Lady Wife.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not sure why... Who would buy a Columbo DVD? Like, you can't find it on TV.
It's on now. It's on now. I guarantee, because someone could maybe email in, is there an episode of Columbo on now anywhere that got cable or digital? I think it will be.
Almost certainly.
But it is great.
And the other DVD here is Cruise of the Gods, which was the one-off TV kind of film, comedy film that was on at Christmas, featuring Rob Brydon and Steve
Coogan.
It's good.
Williams.
So, there's a few gifts there, not bad at all.
Right, now we get to the real deal. Okay, this is what everyone tunes in for. This is Monkey News, I think. Not the music. Go on.
Well, here we go then.
Yeah.
3 cryptic clues and that, and just work
not
it
really
out.
Cryptic, but
easy as that. Email in.
It's email in.
Right.
Well, what's the email address?
ricky.gervais@xfm.co.uk.
Well, don't say that I know it or care.
I think. Yeah. So the first one. He's got American coins all down his spine. Right? He's got American coins all down his spine. What band's that? What artist is it? Email in.
What does it begin with?
What? M.
I know it, I've got it already.
Right.
That's rubbish, too easy. Yeah,
right,
go on
second
next.
one. Jeremy Beadle has got arthritis. Right? Jeremy Beadle has got arthritis.
Yeah.
That's the second clue. The initials there, SLF. Right? SLF. Jeremy Beadle's got a little bit of arthritis. And the third one, Foxy, Shipman, and a country western singer on a merry-go-round. SD, right? So Foxy, Shipman, and some country western singer having a go on a merry-go-round. The initial SD, right? So email in, ricky.gervais.
I'm intrigued with that one. I'm genuinely intrigued with that one.
I like the fact there's a certain whiff of controversy about it, because Shipman is mentioned.
I know, yeah. Oh,
a little bit edgy, that.
So, that's the 3.
He's from your neck of the woods, isn't he, as well, Shipman?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my mum's mum used to use him.
Okay, let's play a record.
Well, you want to play a record and play some adverts? Do you fancy some ads?
Oh, I'd rather adverts, yeah.
I've got some for you.
Placebo. This picture on XFM 104.9. Steve?
Yes.
I think Carl's going to put most people to shame. We were talking about generosity earlier, because Carl is a nice, generous bloke when it really comes to it. He's paying for Father's Day. He's paying for the cottage that he's going away with his dad.
Are you really, Carl?
Yeah.
Right. Well, there's no way of us proving if that's true or not.
Well, what do you mean?
Well, you could be lying.
But why would I do that?
Well, because you want to show off.
I didn't do it on air, you mentioned it. I don't want people to know how generous I am. Just do it, just get on with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Look, charity work in that.
Yeah. Exactly.
But I'd have thought that you wouldn't have fallen for Father's Day. I'd have thought you'd have known it was like...
Well, we don't, I mean, to be honest, there's a bit of a coincidence, because I paid for it anyway, and it's happened to fall on Father's Day. Right?
Don't
and my
buy a
dad's
card.
not normally that bothered.
Don't fall for it. I mean, obviously that and Mother's Day and a plethora of other things were, I mean, literally invented by card companies to make more money.
I know.
Yeah.
That's, I mean, my dad always says don't get him a card or anything. Because he hates it. With all these things that I'd like, you know, rip-off times, really, just ripping people off.
Yeah.
Sounds a bit stingy, doesn't it?
Well, no, I mean, he's right.
Yeah.
He's right. It's just, because fellas aren't bothered about getting cards anyway, are they? But the other thing that he noticed, you know, helping out the flower companies, the Princess Diana thing, when she...
Sorry.
Yeah.
No. Jesus Christ. God.
So when...
Carl, what do you mean? What do you mean?
That's what he said. He said, "Oh."
I nearly swore then because I was. You surprise me all the time.
No, I'm
but
just...
that is incredible.
Sorry, what? I don't understand what you're talking about.
All the flowers.
Giving gifts to blokes.
Yeah, it is. But for someone who's like major.
Yeah.
Play a record.
Someone who's major. What do you mean, someone who's major? What? Because he's a major celebrity?
No, made you.
Oh, made you?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what
Yeah.
Crazy beat. Blur. Alright? On XFM 104.9.
Brilliant.
Yeah, so I also got, Jane got me a few nice presents, including my favourite of all of them, a real bow and arrow.
A real bow and arrow?
Yeah.
Right. And what, you know, you're going to rob from the rich, are you, and give to the poor?
Yeah! I've just got to make the little outfit.
You and your merry men.
She's got me like 2 yards of green felt.
Sure, yeah,
And I've just got to find
and
a
tree
tailor.
house.
Someone who can make me a lovely little natty outfit.
Yeah. Why is she what you're about? A, you live in central London, so where are you going to be using
We've got a
this?
garden, I did it yesterday. I've hurt my finger though, because I meant to put protector, so it's just, it goes so fast, isn't it?
I didn't understand that sentence. I'm here in the studio. I saw you point to your finger, so I'm guessing from that maybe you injured your finger.
Yeah.
For the listener, again, what exactly were you talking about then?
No, because when you pull it back, it...
Okay.
So...
And do you have a target? What do you use as a target?
I got a big cardboard box flat on it, done on a tree.
Right.
And I go, oh, it's brilliant.
Sure.
I'm getting a bit excited thinking about it.
Yeah, no, indeed.
Because when I make that outfit, I'm going to be running round.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
and do you have a picture, like a face maybe on your target, like Osama bin Laden, something like that?
Yeah.
Sure.
No, it just says this way up, fragile.
Right, okay.
I forget what came in it. But, you know, it's good fun, isn't it, Carl? Bow and arrow, isn't it? Yeah? Would you like a little bow and arrow?
Yeah, it's alright.
Yeah.
Well, I had a rifle as a kid.
Did you?
Yeah,
A real one?
yeah, just shooting cans and stuff.
Yeah.
It's alright. So.
Well, a wonderful anecdote.
Well, I went out with a drink with Carl in the week, and we went to a restaurant, didn't we, Carl?
Good night.
And we sat there, and next to me, when Carl came, next to me was, what's his name? Ross Kemp. And he was sitting there, and I saw Carl, and I tapped him on the shoulder, and I pointed to Carl and him, and I said, it's nice to see you two back together again.
Nice.
And Carl was horrified. But Carl didn't know that I'd already spoken to him before Carl arrived. I thought it was okay. I thought I could break the ice because I'd met him before.
Sure.
So he just thought I was insulting him. And in the week we were talking about his little head, weren't we, Carl? And Carl suddenly stopped the conversation and said, if I had hair, what would we be talking about now? I think he had enough of everyone talking about it. And he looked good though. It's a special little do. He had it sort of, you know, cropped a little bit more. I like it when he's just freshly had it done.
Mm.
Do you like... Yeah.
Has that ever happened to you, Steve? If you're somewhere, say if you sat somewhere, does someone sort of, you know, is he anyone else who you look like, or would you say you're a bit of a one-off?
I love these two.
But to be fair, to be fair, he seems to be having a go at me an awful lot more than I do at him now. I mean, he just starts it, you know, starts it out of nowhere.
I think his is sort of a get back for the way you treat him as a producer, not, you know.
But he's not a producer. If he produced the show, I wouldn't have a reason to criticise.
I think this is it.
Seriously, I mean, it really winds me up now because, you know, it started as a joke, but now it's abuse.
Yeah. He got annoyed at Heat because it said Karl, producer, well, not so much a producer as just a bald mank. And he went, can they say that?
Yeah.
Can they say that?
See, that's a magazine, an independent publication has identified what exactly it is you do.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go then. Go on, bring it on, because here we go. He's looking at me. I know he's thinking. I can hear the cogs.
I'm not thinking anything.
It's vicious.
No, that is true. Never a true word. Play a record.
Now then, I heard this on VH1 in the week, and I have not been able to get it out of my head, and I really kind of want to get it in everyone else's mind now so they understand the pain I've been going through. Miss You by the Rolling Stones.
Yeah.
I hope that's now embedded in your brain and you can ruin a week by having to sing that constantly, irritating people in shops and everywhere you go. Miss You by the Rolling Stones.
Good track. Good track. Karl, Jonathan Ross came out with us last week, and we were talking about stuff, and Karl was mesmerised when Jonathan told a story that he was bored once in a hotel room and shaved his arse.
He shaved his arse?
Yeah.
Sure.
And Karl, you didn't stop questioning him, did you, about...
I just wondered, at what point do you sort of say, oh, this is getting on my nerves? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's way too long, tucking it in his socks or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's not, I mean, it is boring in hotel rooms, because I told you before about when I was in Edinburgh, and I had nothing to do, there was nothing on the telly, and you've eaten the shortbread biscuits, and that. And so that's when I read the phone book to see how many...
That's when you read the phone book?
Well, to see how many Macs were in Scotland, McAteer, Macintosh,
Sure. Yeah.
and it was like, 42 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jonathan, I don't know if he'd already done that. Yeah. And, he said he shaved his arse.
Now, when we say he shaved his arse... So
Not his cheeks, his...
Oh, all of it?
Yeah, all of it.
Did he say that?
Well, I think...
But other than the cheeks,
But then,
there's not much left.
But then we got to the fact that me and Jonathan, if we pooled our wealth, we could have shaved Karl's arse for £1,000.
Right.
And he said, yeah, for £1,000 you can shave my arse. Suzanne said, can I say this, mate?
Your girlfriend said what, Karl?
She was annoyed. She said, well, I'm not allowed to go there. Why is anyone else? And of course the whole table stopped and leant in and said, what? So he doesn't like me touching him there. I went, what do you mean?
This is too much information.
It was too much information.
I like the fact that you've had this conversation with her. I like the idea that she touched your arse once and you went, woo, hands off.
Yeah.
I love you, but keep your hands away from the arse.
Do you know why he said he's talking about the most intimate part of the arse, the middle arse he's talking about, and he said, I said, why? He went, it's a bit gay, innit? I said, how can a girl touching it be a bit gay?
If you stood behind it could be anyone, couldn't it?
Oh God! And it seemed, I mean, you can imagine the conversations we were having, right? And it's that thing that the waitress heard something every time she came over. She heard the word, like, cock or...
Jonathan Ross saying I shaved my arse.
yeah. And, oh dear. But it was, it was a good night, wasn't it? So, it's £1,000 now, isn't it? But presumably you give Suzanne half anyway, so everyone will be happy. You've used the arse to best effect. She's got half out of it, so she's made as much out of your arse as you have, in a sense. Me and Jonathan are happy.
Yeah, but to be fair, it's his arse on the line. So...
I know, but I mean, it's not like she's getting a bum deal.
Well,
she's getting 500, quid.
No, I understand that.
But, do you reckon?
Just thinking of some more.
Play a record.
Can I just ask, before you play a record, if we were to shave your arse, let's say we did it for charity or something, got sponsorship, how would we do it? Would we use one of those big kind of old-fashioned razors?
No, I'd use a Bic Safety. I'd just straight away...
And would you use a gel or a foam?
No, first of all, I think I just, lather it up. Right,
so you lather up his arse first?
I do the outside bits, just go straight down, big broad strokes, clean, right? Then I'd have to go in the crevices, and I'd need an assistant. I'd pop it apart, and just very gently go in there. I might even use electronic equipment, just so there was no sort of, like, nicks.
Okay.
So
an electric razor?
Or, I might wax the internal middle arse.
Okay. How did Jonathan do it? Because he did it on his own, didn't he?
I just use mirrors. Why don't I'll ask him. We'll call him later. But, I don't know.
Well, perhaps you listening have once shaved your arse, maybe during an exam or something.
But what I think, and this is conjecture, but I think he was probably there, he'd had a shower, he'd shaved his face, right, and thought, well, he was naked, looks down and goes, oh, what a hairy arse. Well, hold on, I've got the razor in this hand, I've got the mirror there, you know, I'm not on stage for a good 10 minutes.
Yeah.
There's one thing I don't like going on stage with, is a hairy arse. Bang, swing, wallop, done. On stage, thanks, see you later. See you next week. Yeah? What are you thinking, Carl?
No, it's just how hairy was it? You know what I mean? How hairy was it? Because I imagine, you say mirrors and stuff, but he's, how old is he now? He's
42.
And they say your testicles drop quite a bit once you start getting old, don't they?
Yeah.
So he's got to make sure they're out of the way.
Yeah, but I don't think, I can speak for myself, as a similar age to Jonathan, that, if there's millimetres in it, it's not like we tuck them in our socks in the morning. Okay. They're still in the same place. You really wouldn't know the difference. It wouldn't, if we filmed it in, time-lapse camera, it wouldn't be like a bungee jump. Do you know what I mean? They wouldn't be moving a lot.
Yeah.
Alright?
Do you think I told him he's a good-looking fella, Steve. Would you agree with that?
Oh, I told Jonathan that he said that he just went for it as well.
Yeah. So you've spent a lot of time picturing Jonathan's naked arse.
You'd let him give you money for arse touchery.
Yeah, whereas your girlfriend's got
no chance,
access to that.
and you're saying he's a good-looking man. Do you want to play a record and think about what you've done?
Interesting. 50 Cent, 21 Questions, new single from him.
Well, me and Carl got a joint favourite lyric now. I love you like a fat kid loves cake.
Yeah.
That's great, isn't it? But, I like it because it's funny and humorous and cheeky. You like it because it means something, don't you? You think that that's the absolute truth. If someone was to say that to you, that would be the most romantic thing they could say, in it, because it's...
No, I'm just thinking you know what it means. It's like the Elephant Man. Right? The Elephant Man, that's what it's called. Again, you know what you're going to get. The fat kid loves cake. You've said it all, you don't have to say any more.
I can't believe it. I'll tell you what made his day the other day.
I love it.
Jonathan Ross said The Elephant Man is one of the best films ever made.
Yeah. Endorsed by a celebrity.
I know. Well, by a film buff, really.
It is good though, isn't it?
It is a very good film, yeah.
We have got Cheeky Freak of the Week.
Right.
There's been a lot of stuff going on this week.
In the freak world?
Yeah.
Has it really?
Yeah, there's loads. Stuff that we can... The one that hasn't made it.
God, this is one that hasn't made it, so we judge it on that. Go on.
There's a woman, right? Do you know how, in a way I thought Elephant Man, it was a bit tight because, you sort of took him on a freak show, did a bit of a road show with him and stuff.
Yeah.
There's some woman, I think she's in India, like now, who, makes a lot of money because she's got 3 legs and 7 toes, stuff. And she was saying, people pay quite a lot of money.
Not Squiddy Patel.
It's not that much money, compared to here, but over there, it's loads of money.
Sure.
And all you do is, you go around to her house, and you pay this lot of money, and people just go, look at that.
Extra leg.
Extra leg.
Right.
It's quite a lot of money in that.
So she hasn't even got to go out on the road anymore, like in the old days?
No, that's what annoyed me. It's well, you could get to them faster. You go and see them if they're paying the money.
Sure.
Oh.
But yeah, there's...
What she could do is go in and buy a pair of shoes, right, and then nick one on the way out, because they only put one out, don't they?
Good idea.
So she could get, 2, 3 for the price of 2.
Just one of the many perks of having 3 legs.
Just one of the many perks of having 3 legs. The other one is, keepy uppy. But she'd be good at that, wouldn't she?
She just stays at home and puts the feet up.
But anyway, that's not even Cheeky Freak of the Week.
That's coming up later.
Oh, brilliant.
Now, Rockbusters, dead in the water, isn't it? We've killed that off, have we officially?
We killed off Monkey News and Rockbusters.
Didn't I tell you that there was some sort of petition for Monkey News?
Was there? What was the story?
A lot of, loads of emails and that.
You mean you've done Monkey News? You mean you want to do Monkey News?
No, but seriously, there's uproar. And people were like, you can't get rid of Monkey News.
Yeah.
Don't be doing that. Loads of people.
Was it monkeys? Trying to write the complete works of Shakespeare?
Did Tony Blair get a whiff of it and he's coming down with a ton of bricks?
And Rockbusters, Steve, if you've got a better competition, then we'll do yours. That's fine. Do you know what I mean? If that's what you want to do, we'll do. What did you want to do?
No, I was just wondering whether we should perhaps not do a quiz at all rather than do that piece of rubbish. Might be better to have nothing. Might be better just to have silence during that part of the show than have Rockbusters. I don't know.
If
We should discuss it.
if I give you the clues and that, and if you think they sound rubbish, we're not doing it.
Well, I know that. I guarantee they're going to sound rubbish. All right, let's make it the last Rockbusters then. This is the last Rockbusters.
Well, it depends. This is okay. This is just if it's good, you get a reprieve. It's all about this. Okay.
Okay.
Go on then. Let's do Rockbusters then.
Oh, we're doing it now.
Should we play a record and do it after that?
Do it after. Well, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you the prizes and then we'll come back with the clues.
Because I've dug up that REM track,
Excellent.
so it's an interactive show.
Okay, we've got the best summer holiday album ever. What we've got on there, it's got
Brilliant.
Elvis versus Junkie XL, that's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
Holy Valance is on there.
Yeah.
Laz Ketchup, it's all the stuff that the XFM listener is craving. A tribute to the Ramones album, we got Red Hot Chili Peppers are on there, Metallica. Street Legal from Bob Dylan, that's nice.
Brilliant.
Did you just buy that in the 4 for £20 from HMV deal? Fair enough. Once
That's a
again,
good album.
The Talons of Weng Chiang, a Doctor Who classic.
Yeah.
And there's something for the XFM listener, 8 Mile on DVD.
I
as
thought
well.
that was nice. That film. That was the last bit was funny. It was because it's a good film.
There's some good rap-offs in that as well.
Yeah.
So let's play a tune and then we'll come back with the Rockbusters clues.
REM. Go on. Give it to him. REM. Electrolyte on XFM 104.9. Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, Karl Pilkington. I walk down Oxford Street every day to go to the office, and it is like running the gauntlet in Gladiator. It's not only is it just like, you know, you have to dodge people and they're dawdling or rushing or keeping into the road to get past some people but avoiding taxis, but it's like hands everywhere, like leaflets. I don't know, there must be 1 million leaflets given out. It's all
Mobile phones, sandwich shops.
Teach yourself English.
Teach other people English.
I know, and those charity people, something for Alzheimer's, and I've been caught about 6 times where I couldn't say no. I've got about 8 standing orders now because I just couldn't say no when they confront you.
Yes.
Which is, you know,
It's amazing how often I'm on the way to a meeting. I'm always on the way to a meeting, and then I always feel guilty if I walk past them again 2 minutes later with a HMV bag.
full.
Yeah, exactly, crammed with bargains.
I know, yeah.
No,
But,
it's absolutely weird. They're like zombies. It's like you're fighting them off. You need a flaming torch. to
Yeah.
get past them. Or if it's not them, it's tourists. Just constantly, excuse me, can you take my photo outside HMV? Or outside Topshop?
that doesn't happen to me.
Okay, always seem to have tourists. Just in the way, just kind of dawdling,
But
looking
I
up at
walk
the
so
buildings.
fast. I walk so fast. I put my head down and I just try and walk so fast everywhere now because it's But Oxford Street is just it's unbelievable now, and I think it's age that I've started noticing. Even if the window's open, and I hear just like cars and they're on the mobile phone. It's the loudest place in the world.
Yeah.
I don't know what we can do.
Well, isn't it one of the busiest streets in? Is it either the world?
The
or
universe?
It is mental.
I think if we carpeted it.
That would
And
help,
put some
certainly.
curtains up, it would just deaden. It's like pubs with those polished floors and metal tables, and everyone's having to talk like that to be heard. The jukebox is quite loud, and I want to go just turn everything down.
Yeah.
Let's put some carpet down, just talk quietly like this.
Yeah.
Put the music down a little bit. We'll have a good time.
I've never quite understood that impulse. I don't, again, if it's age, where you go in a club or a pub, as you say, and the music's just slightly too loud. So it just makes everything slightly tricky. It's slightly tricky to have a
I know.
conversation.
But what annoys me is when it's for the amusement of the barman or barmaid.
Yeah.
If they're bored, they're in a pub, they've got the music up, their music up,
Yeah.
right, techno blaring, right, they've got a telly on, watching a soap opera,
Yeah.
and I want to go, choose one or the other!
Yeah.
I mean, what are you watching?
I got a minicab last night. I imagine you don't travel in minicabs, but the guy driving, one of those guys, I know he's driving a cab on a Friday night. Okay, no one wants to be doing that. And he had one of those phone, the little earpieces that you put in, so it looks like they're talking to themselves. And he's there, and he goes, where you going? I went, crouching. He went, yeah. Well, I don't know. And he was chatting on his mobile phone the whole time. His voice was so loud. He had the radio on as well, and he wasn't concentrating on the road. I just thought, look, I'm paying you £10 here to take me somewhere. Please, just stop chatting or arranging your social life for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Get me to my destination safely, and then you can resume your conversation.
My favourite one is, I'm going to so-and-so terrace, please. Where's that? I want to go right. You're not taking me then.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't drive. I'm paying you.
That's why I'm paying you. That's got to be part of the service.
But I mean, I know people who've been in many cabs, didn't know where it was, and didn't have an A to Z.
No, I was in East London once. I said to him, I'm going to North London. He went, where specifically? I went, Swiss Cottage. He went, sure. I said, do you know the way? He went, yeah. Set off. Along the way, he went, do you know the way? I said, well, I thought you knew. I said, have you not got notice? He went, no. He was one of those guys who'd just taken his car out in the middle of the night. That was all he had. All he had, all his credentials were he had a car. No map, no torch. The two other things I bring with me. And he said, so we're driving along. He went, I could probably get you to Camden. I was like, okay. He went,
It's the start. I mean, that is the start.
Exactly. He went, do you know the way to Camden? I thought, pull over. It's not worth it. I'd rather hitchhike. I'd rather walk. Ludicrous. Those people who just go out.
Yeah, they're just going to take a car out to earn a
well, I bought a
fiver.
car.
Oh, have you ever done that?
No, well, I'm sick of living here. And you say about people hassling you.
When you say here, you mean the world, don't you?
No, just in London is doing me head in now. The other week, actually, walking home from here, and like you say, there's always someone hassling you, saying, do you want to buy this, do you want one of these? Going down Carnaby Street, right?
There's your first mistake.
He said, you into meditation? So I was like, oh, and I had a bit of time to kill, so I thought I'll have a chat, right?
Have you got to? Oh, we've never got time, we're too busy.
Yeah, I thought you were too busy. But
Well, I said, what's all that then? What do you do? And he said, we teach you how to breathe. I was like, well, I'm 30. I think I've done alright. And he sort of said, oh, forget it.
I'm 30.
And in Selfridges, they do, like Evian or whatever, that water company there. And they've got like little glasses of water. And you walk past and go, have you ever tried this? It's water.
Yeah.
Oh, here you go, we'll try it. You go, Jesus Christ, is that what water is? What have I been drinking then? You've been drinking piss and mud. Have I? I'll have a bottle.
Anyway, listen, Rockbusters.
Oh, come on then.
Let's get it done.
Really?
Yeah.
Come on then.
Right, so cryptic clues and initials, you work it out, it's a band and stuff.
Yeah.
Right,
Brilliant.
first one.
Bob Holness.
The first clue, the doctor said part of the foot and the leg was no good, so he took him off and he threw him away. Right, that's the clue, the initials TB. TB, right? The doctor said part of the foot and the leg was no good, so he took them off and threw them away. Second one, the Scottish monster has got a bit of a tan. Right, the Scottish monster has got a bit of a tan.
Okay.
That's TD, right? And the last one, well, the 60s singer had a heart attack whilst he was having it away. We won't be seeing him again. Right, and that's FNM. Well, the 60s singer's had a heart attack. He was having it away. We won't be seeing him again. Email in. Ricky.Gervais.
Remember, this is to save Rockbusters. If people don't get this, right, it's no more. So you better, if you want this feature to stay, you better get the clues.
Right?
Good work, Carl. We'll give those clues again after the next tune. What are we playing?
Yeah.
Oh, you love it, don't you? You love it.
Good, it's a good stomping pop #1 rock.
XFM.
Jane's Addiction, Just Because. I think things are rocking up.
They are indeed.
Rocking up in the land this year, Steve.
Yes, that's good news, I think.
Evanescence, them, The Darkness, Rocktastic, XFM 104.9, Ricky Gervais, Steve Merchant, and Karl Pilkington of A Saturday.
Can I just say that the shaving your arse feature from earlier, if you missed that, that was 1:30. That was a discussion on shaving your arse.
Yeah.
It was great stuff. That seems to have caught the public imagination.
Yeah.
We've had so many emails. We've had someone telling us exactly how to shave your arse.
Yeah.
So if you need that information, I can probably forward it to you.
Well, I think this will be the year of rock and arse.
Exactly. But it's extraordinary how, just a simple discussion like that you would think perhaps was crass, crude.
Mind you, our listeners do like Carl talking about monkeys.
Sure.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's not like it's something to be proud of. It's not like we changed a nation or freed a people or found a cure for something. We hit them in their, at their level with monkeys and arses.
Yeah, exactly.
It's what our listeners love.
Yeah. Monkeys and arses.
Yeah.
We should put that on the poster.
And they go together, because I joined the zoo last Sunday, went down and became friends of the zoo, right?
Oh right, I thought you had to sit in a cage for
that thing happened. I went straight for the chimps,
of course.
Right? And there's sort of like 3 sort of big sort of adult ones there, and there's people with their kids, and I could see the people just putting their kids away as one of them went up and started putting his face up the other one's arse.
Sure.
And it was sort of like, I just can't be bothered to explain this to my children. Exactly. So I wanted people just moving away. Oh, come on then. There's the lions. Just gonna have a look at the lions.
Yeah.
What are they doing? They're just sniffing each other's asses.
Yeah.
Yes.
I remember when I used to go to the zoo, I always felt there were certain animals that weren't getting a look in, really, that no one was particularly interested in.
The tapir.
Exactly. We were going straight to the snakes we were interested in.
Yeah.
Birds. I don't remember being particularly interested in birds.
Big cats, although it's a bit depressing. Great apes.
Yeah.
Reptile, you're right, reptiles, yeah. Birds, unless it's a big one that you think could rip a
vulture.
dog apart.
Yeah, a vulture
you go,
or an eagle,
brilliant. Yeah, exactly, yeah. Owls are brilliant.
Yeah, owl's great, but
I've always wanted a little owl on my desk. I'd like be doing work and there'd be a little owl there and I go, can you give me that pencil? And it just sort of goes over and gets my pencil, goes, cheers, and it just watches me and it thinks I'm brilliant. Do you know what I mean?
Not really, no.
No?
No, I've never understood have any kind of animal sat on my desk.
No, Carl? You'd like a little owl, wouldn't you, that helped you?
No, I had a little magpie, didn't I? We've talked about that.
Oh, he came down and started pecking your grifter, didn't he?
Yeah.
What was his name?
Maggie.
Sure. Inspired.
And you took it to school and it didn't come back once, did it?
Didn't come back, didn't see it again.
Oh dear. Did it ever peck your head? Because you used to have hair, didn't you?
Mm.
Yeah.
No, it did. It started getting a bit violent.
Really?
Yeah.
Was it becoming sort of age where adolescence, probably sexual frustration sort, you know, because I think magpies go for shiny objects, don't they? And you're probably sort of, probably losing it a little bit then in the